Before we begin, let me ask you something important. What if the next Mac Studio isn't just another spec bump, but the moment Apple finally fixes everything professionals have been complaining about for years? What if 2026 is the year Apple stops playing safe and delivers a desktop that actually feels worthy of the word Ultra? Because according to the latest leaks, internal reports, and supply chain chatter, that is exactly what the Apple M5 Ultra Mac Studio is shaping up to be. This is not a small refresh. This is not a quiet update. This could be Apple's most aggressive desktop move in a decade. And today we're breaking down everything you need to know, what went wrong before, what Apple is changing now, and why this machine could redefine high-performance desktops in 2026. For the past few years, the Mac Studio has lived in a strange place. When it first launched, it was praised as the perfect middle ground between the Mac Mini and the Mac Pro. Powerful, compact, quiet. A desktop built for creators who wanted raw power without the price or size of a workstation tower. But that promise slowly started crack. Apple's silicon roadmap became confusing. Some generations skipped Ultra chips. Others launched with pricing that didn't match real-world gains. Professionals noticed. Editors noticed. Developers noticed. And many simply stopped upgrading. Apple knows this. And that's why the M5 generation matters so much. According to multiple leaks, Apple is planning to launch both the M5 Max and the M5 Ultra Max Studio models together in 2026. That alone is a big deal. In previous cycles, Apple staggered releases or skipped tiers entirely, which broke trust with high-end buyers. This time, Apple appears determined to reset expectations and deliver a clear, complete lineup that actually makes sense. Let's start with the M5 Max, because even this lower tier is expected to be a monster. Leaks suggest the M5 Max will feature an 18-core CPU. That includes up to 14 high-performance cores and 4 efficiency cores. This is a notable jump over the M4 Max, and signals Apple is leaning harder into sustained multi-core workloads. For tasks like video encoding, compiling large code bases, 3D simulations, and complex audio production, this matters more than raw clock speed. More performance cores means more work done at once, without throttling. On the GPU side, things get even more interesting. Reports point to as many as 42 GPU cores on the M5 Max. That's a huge jump, especially when combined with architectural improvements Apple has been quietly building into its silicon. Analysts estimate performance gains between 50 and 55% over the previous generation. That is not incremental. That is transformative. And it raises an uncomfortable question. Why didn't Apple push this hard earlier? Some believe thermal limits held Apple back. Others think it was a strategic pause while Apple refined its AI and neural engine roadmap. Whatever the reason, it looks like Apple is done holding back now. But as powerful as the M5 Max sounds, the real headline is the M5 Ultra. This chip is Apple's chance at redemption. After skipping the M4 Ultra entirely, Apple left a gap that frustrated its most loyal professional users. The M3 Ultra existed, but in real-world workflows, it failed to justify its massive price jump. Many buyers either stuck with older M2 Ultra machines or skipped the Ultra tier altogether. Apple felt that hesitation in sales, and insiders suggest the company took that feedback seriously. The M5 Ultra is rumored to be built by fusing 2 full M5 Max dies together. This is Apple's Ultra Fusion strategy, refined and expanded. The result? A CPU with up to 36 cores. That includes 28 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores. This kind of core count puts the Mac Studio firmly into workstation territory, without changing its compact form factor. GPU performance could be even more dramatic. Leaks point to as many as 84 GPU cores. Let that sink in. This is desktop-class graphics power designed for sustained workloads. Not bursts, not benchmarks. Real work, real timelines, real renders. Performance gains compared to the M3 Ultra are expected to land between 90 and 100%. In some tasks, potentially even more. This is the kind of leap professionals have been waiting for. the kind that makes upgrading feel exciting again. A major reason behind this jump appears to be Apple's expanded neural engine and AI acceleration architecture. The M5 family is rumored to share key design principles with the upcoming A19 Pro chip, focusing heavily on machine learning, real-time inference, and AI-assisted workloads. Video editors using AI upscaling. Developers training local models. 3D artistes relents en AI de Noising. These aren't future use cases anymore. They're happening now. Apple wants the Mac Studio to be ready for that future, not playing catch-up. Looking back at 2025, it's easy to see why Apple needs this reset. The Mac Studio with M4 Max was solid, fast, efficient, but the M3 Ultra version that followed felt like a mismatch. It carried a premium price without delivering a proportional performance leap. Starting at around $4,000, it forced buyers to ask a simple question: is this actually worth it? For many, the answer was no. That hesitation damaged the Ultra brand. And Apple doesn't like when its top-tier products lose credibility. The M5 Ultra feels like a direct response to that moment. A statement that says, if you pay for Ultra, you will feel the difference. Interestingly, Apple doesn't seem interested in redesigning the Mac Studio itself. The external design is expected to remain the same. The familiar square aluminum chassis. The compact footprint. The internal thermal system with large heat sinks and powerful fans. And honestly, that makes sense. The current design works. It's quiet, it's efficient, and it already handles high thermal loads better than most compact desktops. Keeping the design also allows Apple to focus its resources where they matter most. Performance, stability, reliability. There are whispers of a new color option, possibly a space black finish. That would be a nice touch, especially for studios that prefer a darker, more professional look. But no one is pretending a color change is innovation. The real innovation here is under the hood. There's also ongoing chatter about updated studio displays, but those appear to be separate from the Mac Studio launch. Apple may refresh the display lineup around the same time, but the Mac Studio itself stands on its own. As for timing, all signs point to WWDC 2026. Early June, a developer-focused event. The perfect stage to introduce a machine built for professionals. Shipping is expected by mid-June, assuming Apple sticks to its usual release rhythm. Pricing is expected to remain familiar. Around $2,000 for the M5 Mac Studio. Around $4,000 for the M5 Ultra base model. But this time, the value proposition looks very different. If the performance gains are real, and if sustained workloads truly benefit, the Ultra may finally feel like a justified investment rather than a luxury gamble. And that's the key point here. The M5 Ultra Mac Studio isn't about chasing benchmarks or beating competitors on spec sheets. It's about restoring trust. It's about giving professionals a machine they can rely on for years. A desktop that doesn't feel obsolete after one generation. A system that scales with increasingly demanding workflows. In my opinion, if Apple delivers on even 80% of what these leaks suggest, the M5 Ultra Mac Studio will be one of the most important Macs Apple has released since the original Apple Silicon transition. It has the potential to redefine what compact desktops can do, to blur the line between workstation and consumer hardware, and to remind the industry that performance and efficiency don't have to be opposites. Of course, these are leaks. Plans can change, specs can shift, but the direction is clear. Apple knows it needs a win in the professional space. And the M5 Ultra Mac Studio looks like that win. If you're a video editor, a developer, a 3D artist, or anyone who lives inside heavy workloads every day, this is a product worth watching very closely. 2026 could finally be the year the Mac Studio becomes the no-compromise desktop Apple always promised. And now I want to hear from you. Do you think Apple can deliver on this vision? Is the M5 Ultra enough to win back professionals? Or are you still waiting for something bigger? If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video with other tech fans, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates.